some people today, and that's what we're doing because we've got stuff going on all over the place. And we're talking farming, we're talking TVs, movies, whatever you've got. That's what we're talking about. That's what we do. And right here on the line, we've got one of those that knows a little bit about all of that, and that is Jenny Sauer. Hello, Jenny.
Well, hello. How are you?
Good, good. What part of the country are you in?
So I am in Winchester, Illinois, and that is about an hour and a half north of St. Louis and 3 hours south of Chicago. So west central Illinois.
Aha. Way up there where it's cold more than I like cold. Okay.
It's not too bad. I mean, now Chicago.
I played
cold.
college football up
Okay.
there. It's not too bad, Pepper.
Okay. All right, so that's where you're living now. I guess we seen you on the internet, the Witty Farmer. So, if you want to tell the folks of the world a little bit about your farming background.
Okay. Well, I have always farmed, but at varying different degrees throughout life. So, my great-grandfather, he started a John Deere dealership, and we actually still live in the same little town. There's only 7 houses. So we're out pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Then my grandfather continued that and sold seed, and my dad, he is full-time just farming, doesn't sell seed and do that other kind of stuff. And I started driving at the age of 10 because we had square bales. So I learned by driving the truck with the trailer. You have to go slow. The bales on the trailer, of course. And throughout college and all the other endeavors that I have done, planting and harvest, I've always helped. But the last 2 years, because I just moved back from Los Angeles about 2 years ago, I now have full-on responsibility. So I thought I knew the, kind of the basics of how farming works. And no, I really didn't. So it's been a very humbling experience, but it was the best decision I've ever made because it's just my dad and me. And we work really well together. We joke. We both have the same temperament. So we know how to deal when somebody gets mad. Oh, it's okay, because I know how they're going to react.
Right.
So, that's a huge plus. And, I know tools. Like, I know what a 10 millimeter, like what that size is when I look at something now. That's awesome. So, yeah, that's the quick version of my farming history.
Now, growing up like that, when you went out to you've done some acting, you've done some modeling, you were a fitness trainer for a while, TVs, movies, commercials, all that. When you tell people that you're a farmer, what kind of response do you get in that Hollywood world?
It's a very complex, contorted facial expression, followed by, really? Well, you don't look like a farmer. Well, okay, well, sorry to burst your bubble, but yeah, that's what I am. So, yeah, that's usually what it is. It's disbelief. So, yeah, they have the stereotypical picture of somebody chewing straw and wearing plaid and overalls and a big hat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're pretty unaware.
Now, you did spend time in the movie world. What was it that kind of got you to go that route and to give that a shot and do some TV and acting and modeling and stuff like that?
Well, it's kind of a shot in the dark. I have never acted before, ever. I was a biology major and I did science and all that kind of stuff, but I was never theatrical. And it wasn't until I was living in Chicago. I went to the University of Illinois in Chicago for a year. I went to a few different colleges. I like to travel. So, but I finished and graduated with honors in biology. And anyway, when I was in Chicago, that's when the modeling stuff kind of happened. And I just wanted to make a little extra money. And I did promotional modeling. So, did that. I mean, it was kind of fun, but I'm 5'8", and I am probably 90% German buildup. I am not meant to be skinny. But our family, like, we are generally actually very in shape. But, yeah, it was pretty hard to be scrawny, because that's not how I'm built. So I just kind of let that go. And so I did live in Dallas. I was a private Pilates fitness instructor there in Highland Park and Texas Club.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, did spinning and all that stuff, and then went to Little Rock, did research, moved to Oklahoma City, was a fitness coordinator. While I was there, I thought, well, okay, I'm just going to try it and see what happens because it's similar to the modeling world. What the hell? Went out there, and it worked. Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't go out there thinking, of course, everybody's like, you want to be the next big thing.
Right.
But I'm very realistic, and I like to take calculated risks. So I'm very business and creative, I guess. So I thought I was more business, and then I find, I am actually kind of creative, but I didn't realize that until I went out there.
Well, speaking of creative, didn't you do some scientific publication?
Yes. So when I was in Little Rock, Arkansas, I worked at the University of Arkansas there. It was a medical school. And I actually lived in the dorms next to the school and the hospital. And UAMS, I guess is what it was. And I worked in a lab of about, I think there were maybe 12 of us. And we studied the correlation between the immune system and the eye. So we gave rats uveal melanoma. And, I got to put them under a cake dish and, say, hey, thank you, but you're going to have to die now. So they were very good in getting us published. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad, but so whatever. It worked. And, so we found some proteins and found the correlation between your immune response, because it was thought in the eye it was different than, like, if you scratched your arm.
Right.
So it follows the same route, and wasn't published for this one, but I was working on this whenever I left. Honey does actually help increase the healing rate. So if you cut yourself and you put some honey, like real honey on it, yeah, it actually helps you heal faster.
We have to try that.
Yeah.
Because I fix a lot of fence.
Every day.
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of fence. I work on a lot of fence, and that barbed wire fence cuts me all the time.
Oh, you get some good ones.
Oh,
yeah. Well, do you have good gloves?
I do, but it gets my arms, everything else, and I look like I've been in a fight with a cat.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that has happened to me on occasion, fixing fence.
Now, you're doing all the, got a lot of farm work going on and stuff right now. Now, when you're not out there on the farm in the tractor, turning dirt and stuff like that, what do you find yourself doing in your downtime when you just want to kick back and relax?
Well, I don't really kick back and relax, I guess. Dad always has jobs to do. So there's never really any downtime. Now, for instance, it just rained, so we actually got to eat earlier. So it was nice. But, like, Dad, whenever my grandfather passed away, Dad was by himself. And we don't have a really, really small operation, but we aren't, 10,000 acres. We're not one of those people. But there's a lot of work, and we have cattle. We have Black Angus. And Dad was by himself for about 5 or 6 years. and he was able to do all the basics and what was required. I guess necessities is a better way to put it. But he couldn't do fun stuff and just take care of things in general. And so now we're kind of getting back to the point of being organized and clean, and nothing was dilapidated by any means, but just kind of getting it back to being spruced up and, you know, just nice. So I don't think I'm going to have any downtime for probably about 5 years. But no, in August, I'm going to go back out to California for a couple weeks, and still got somebody that I'm dating out there in Rodeo Beach, and so I go back and forth. Still have a lot of friends out there and everything, and going to be filming something the end of July, and in fall in Georgia there's going to be some filming. So it's not gone, but farming is my passion. Acting, I guess, would be a hobby.
Right. Okay. Now, what about? I know you have to have TV up there. A lot of people tell us they don't have TV. I know you got TV up there, so you've got to have.
How can you not have TV?
You would be surprised how many people I talk to, and when I ask them this question, they tell me they don't even have a TV, and I'm like, really? You've got a TV. This is 2018.
Blasphemy.
You have.
Yeah, that's horrible.
You have TV. So, what is your guilty pleasure TV show that you watch that you don't want to tell anybody you watch?
Oh, I'll tell you, because I really don't care. I have a lot of guilty pleasure TV shows. My mom and I, we actually watch quite a bit of trash, and we enjoy it. But The Real Housewives, that on Bravo is like Beverly Hills, New York. We don't watch Atlanta and Potomac, but New Jersey, yeah. So that whole thing, we really enjoy that. And there's one that we just started watching, Marriage Boot Camp. Oh, man, that is so good. It's so trashy, but it's so entertaining. So it's really, really good. And we actually just started watching Yellowstone. Have you started watching that? With Kevin Costner?
Well, it's funny you say that, because I would watch, somebody was doing a review of it today, that second episode, and I was watching the review, and they were talking about it. So I was like, well, I forgot it was coming on, because we talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago, and I forgot that it started. So I went online, I found it on the internet earlier today, and started watching it. I got 20 minutes in, and I turned it off. So I'm gonna have to go back and see what happened, but I got past the part. If you guys out there, if you hadn't watched it yet, I'm gonna spoil the first half, but oh well. Okay, so I watched this kid go out there and rope this wild Mustang. Okay, wild Mustang. He ropes it. And it doesn't show him how he got it in the trailer, but apparently he got it in the enclosed trailer. Drives it home while it's kicking the side of the trailer. He drives it home, probably 20, 30-minute drive. Gets there, unloads this horse, this wild stallion, with a halter on, and backs him out of the trailer. I'm like, that's it. I just turned it off. So I don't know what happened after that.
Yes, okay, that is the most extreme, like, non-real kind of part, but it's actually really good. So continue.
Okay, so I can keep watching.
There's, like, birthing a cow and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, it's actually a very good story.
Well, I heard about that. I heard about that on the review too. The review I was watching, and the lady said that they went and they birthed this cow all backwards, and then left the puller out there and wherever they were at. So I've got to go watch this now and find out what happened.
Yeah, I know, but I mean the basics of it's actually pretty good acting and whatever, but it's kind of nice because there's not a whole lot of TV like that on now. Okay. And so, yes, it is still Hollywood. It is not ever going to be exactly how it is in the real world.
Well, I'll tell you this. I got a funny story on that, on the Hollywood part. Okay, we're here in Dallas, and I was on season 4 of Dallas when they were filming here. I did some stuff for Dallas here, and there was an episode, and I tried to explain to them what they were doing, and they didn't want to hear it, but there's an episode of Dallas, when they had the new cast here, and they had a round bell. There was a round bell ring out in this pasture, and they had them back the truck up to it, and they're taking square bells and throwing them into the round bell ring to feed the cows.
What?
I was like, that's not how any of this works, guys. Yes, that happened.
Oh. Well, that's kind of nonsensical.
Yeah, I was like, that's not how any of this works. But yeah.
Yeah, because the project that I will be filming, I have this really good friend, Kevin Ironess, and he's the director in Chicago and stuff. And so I've had this idea for kind of a spec commercial, and it will be showing exactly pretty much how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I can't go too far into it, unfortunately, and give too much away, but yeah, it deals with farming and actually being more like, hey, this is how it is, people who live in cities and have no idea how it works.
Right. And I've started watching Dr. Pole here recently. If you haven't watched that.
Okay, I've just seen an episode, but
yeah, I've started watching that, and that's pretty good because they're showing what's, they're a vet clinic, and they show both sides of it.
Yeah, they show everything.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that stuff happens. Everything happens. This is how it works out in the and that's I like it because of that. But then sometimes I'm like, I'm trying to eat here. I don't want to see this dog with a
like birthing a cow. That is not something you want to see while you're eating, or if you're hungry, you will not be hungry afterwards.
Yeah, don't eat during Dr. Pole unless you're on a diet. Then watch that while you're eating, and that'll work perfect.
Yeah, but that's so Yellowstone's a newer show, but I think Housewives is probably the biggest guilty pleasure. That would be my guess, but
okay.
I watch a lot of TV, and if you don't watch TV, your life has to be very boring.
That's my problem. We watch so many different shows. We've got so much stuff. We had to upgrade our DVR system where we can record like 4 or 5 shows at one time because there's so much stuff we watch. You can't watch it all at the same time. So,
no, it's nice to breeze through the commercials.
Oh yes.
You got a slow day. Whenever it rains, hey, you can sit there and catch up on some shows.
Go watch some TV.
Nice.
Now what about this? We did some research actually today when we found all this information out. We had no idea what was going on until like a couple hours ago. But anyway, Snickering Out Loud, what is that all about?
Oh, the book. Well, that is my book. I have so many funny stories and with my dating experiences because I have lived in a lot of different cities, and it's just been very entertaining one after another. And they've just been, some of them are first time dates and maybe second dates or whatever. But whenever I moved out to California the first time, I was probably about 8.5 years ago, I got onto Match.com because I didn't know anybody when I moved there. Now, granted, it was probably putting off me wrong. I wasn't looking to actually date anybody. I was just looking to meet people. And it worked out. It was great because I did end up meeting, their extended group of friends and all that kind of stuff and whatever. And that's how I actually met the guy that I'm currently saying. Mm-hmm. And anyway, those people out there, it's just unbelievable. So, I mean, there are some very serious things, I guess, that have happened, but I am not very serious all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm not a practical joker by any means, but right. I'm very sarcastic, and I like to look at the humor side of things. So that's what it is, and it's giving my experiences and everything and putting my humor to it and giving it, a lighter reading. Yeah. But it's not, very serious. But it's entertaining, and actually I've had a lot of guys that have bought it and read it. It's very easy to read. It's in sequential order because I'm not a very flowery, emotionally sensitive person. So it's very concise. Right. And they said, yeah, it's like reading a magazine. I'm like, well, great. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. So it's easy, entertaining reading. And that's how it started. Like, the laugh out loud kind of thing. Well, I do chuckling out loud or snickering out loud because the LOL, I don't use that very often because I tell people who use it all the time, like, did you actually laugh out loud? Okay,
Right.
just don't put that.
Yeah.
Are you uncomfortable and you just want to laugh out loud because you don't know what else to say? Just don't even put it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where snickering out loud came from, and yeah, it'll hopefully it'll make somebody snicker. But
Yeah.
it was that's about it.
Oh man, I don't know. Everybody trying to call in at the same time. So many people watching, they want to call in. I guess trying to call in and ask questions. I don't know. But
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the sound was.
yeah, that's what it is. You got all these people watching because we do we got the live sneak peek people see, and then they see the actual episode that runs the following week after the taping. So we've got people that's been watching live for years, and they always want to try to call and ask dumb questions. Yeah. So, well, I tell you what, Jenny. With that, we'll let you get back to it. I'm sure your dad's got some work for you to do before it gets dark. And
well, it's already pretty dark, but I have some more eating to do.
There you go. That's always good to do. That's always. Now, what are you eating, by the way? You eating more brats?
Yeah. So I actually, we got some brats. So I just had one of those and got our mixed veggies. I'm growing some sweet corn, so I'm excited for that to be ready in about a month. Just go in the backyard and pick sweet corn.
So what?
It's awesome.
So that brings us to our $1 million question that we always ask. Now that you brought it up, you're eating brats. Are you putting mustard or ketchup on that brat?
Ketchup.
Ketchup. Okay.
Yep.
Ketchup. Okay. Another ketchup eater.
But you don't put ketchup on a Chicago hot dog, though.
You don't put ketchup on
a Chicago hot dog, you do not put ketchup on it.
No. Okay. I've never been to Chicago, so I'm going to write that down. So in case I go, I will not offend them by putting ketchup on their hot dog.
They will probably yell at you and tell you that you are completely wrong and no.
They do that to
and
me
you have
anyway.
to have deep dish. Have you ever had deep dish?
No.
Oh my
I'm gonna have
gosh, you
to.
haven't lived. Yes.
I'm gonna have
You gotta
to.
get some deep dish.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll do that.
My favorite is Giordano's, but yeah.
Okay. Stop. Okay. All right, Jenny, we're going to let you get back to it before we blow your ears out. We appreciate you visiting with us, and we will send folks your way. Let them check out the book and see what they think. And other than that, we'll have fun farming.
Okay, well, thank you for inviting me, and it was my pleasure. So I appreciate it, and you guys have a good one.
All right, thank you.